now he died. How did you find out?
Never forget it. Believe it or not, it's ironic. I was working here at the Holiday Inn as a bartender.
You're kidding.
Isn't that funny? Just brought it to my attention. I was working the bar. I had got a phone call from my very closest and dearest friend, Henry Tartaglia. And he said, Peter, he said, what are you doing? I said, no, nothing, I'm just get through work and going home. He said, no, stay there, I have to talk to you. Now, I know Hank and I love him, but I figured maybe he got a little bit of a beef and a little bit of a problem of some type. And I said, what am I in for now? And Hank come over and he explained to me he had heard something and I hadn't heard it. And then I had to call my mother. And to this day, I think it's been one of the toughest things that I've ever had to endure, was I had to go over to the house and sit to my mom and dad. Rocky was in a plane crash and he was killed. And the first thing out of my mother's mouth was, "Figlia mia, cor di mano." Italian translated, "My son, the heart of my life." And it was obviously, my dad, very quiet guy, just sat there and, tears flowed, but just a very, very difficult time.
Terrible. Terrible. God. City, everybody, not only just Brockton, but it was it's a sad affair.
Now, there are times when I think I kind of thought of Rocky getting older. At the time, he was 46. It was in 1969, which would have made him 46 years old. And I often tried to project how Rocky would look, what kind of a person he would be. And I never really could quite, in my mind, formulate how he would look or what kind of a person he would be at 75. Because he was always, I looked at him as the youngest brother, in my mind, nicest, strongest person that ever lived. And I just could never, it may sound stupid, but I just never could picture him being 70-ish,
Yeah.
The tributes that came in, the people that wrote letters and telegrams, and every single one of them saying how Rocky has affected their life, how Rocky has affected their family. He really had. What's the word I'm looking for? A lot of people looked at him and got strength from him.
Yeah.
So a lot of people really got something from him because of what he went through in the game of boxing. He was shot for his underweight, shot for his for a heavyweight champion of the world, and none of these things meant anything because he overcame them all. And again, I say to end things, I don't want you to think that he was without his faults.
Yeah.
He was a human being, and he was not perfect, far from perfect. But we don't look at the things that he was imperfect about. He was just, in my mind and our family's mind and his friends' mind, he was a great, great guy.